We're going to start working with integers and floats, so let's get right into it. If we wanted to define an integer, we just write the name of the variable. We'll say variable1 equals 1. Let's do variable2 equals 2. And in Python, you don't need anything like semicolons at the end. You just type them out, do enter. White space matters more than anything like semicolons, and we'll see that as we go forward. So let's do print variable1 plus variable 2, we get 3. So Python knows that you're giving it two numbers. When you do variable 1 plus variable 2, it's going to return the sum of them, which is 1 plus 2, 3. Pretty straightforward. Notice that Python knows that it is a type int. An integer is just any whole number. So when you just type in 1, we'll do type. Let's run it. And you get class int. So Python right away knows that you are giving it type int. Let's go into floats now. We can do 0.0 here and 0.0 here. If we were to run that, we get class float. And the reason that matters is because right when you give a decimal space to an integer, it becomes a float. Float is a number just like an integer, but it's a non-whole number. And now I know what you may be thinking, 1.0 is the same as 1. But when you put that decimal place in, Python automatically realizes that there's a decimal place, therefore it's a float. It doesn't matter if we view it as empty or if it's a 0. Python will automatically say, hey, this is a float. So if we were to do variable 1 plus variable 2, it's still going to be of class float. And if we were to just print out the answer, it'll be 3.0 instead of just 3. Where if we were to get rid of them, it's 3. So when you give it a whole number, it'll recognize it as an int, and when you give it a decimal, it'll recognize it as a float. With floats and ints, you can do any arithmetic operators. You can do addition. Let's do multiplication here. Perfect. And you could do the same thing here. 1.0. And it'll once again return a float because you're doing multiplication with floats. So that's a quick introduction into ints and floats. Nothing too crazy here. Main thing to remember is how to define a variable. You have the name variable1, which holds the value 1.0. So whenever you refer to variable 1, such as right here, it will take that number 1.0. And the same thing with variable 2. Whenever you refer to variable 2, it'll refer to 2.0. So that's basically it for ints and floats. Thank you.